This morning we are live downtown as polls open up for the primary in 1 hour. What you need to know before you cast your ballot.
Happy Tuesday, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now This Morning. I'm Kyrie Lee.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Got a busy day today.
That's right. We are tracking a bunch of races as people head to the polls, like you said, in just about an hour now.
Yeah, so we have a different race this time around. Districts are all different now.
Yes.
We have redrawn maps, different people running for different things, so a lot of changes to break down. We're going to help you navigate it as best we can this morning. But
we do want to get you prepared as you head out the doors to the polls, so that's where we find meteorologist Savannah Brito, who's getting us up to date. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Thank you. Temperatures, they're actually falling out there still for the most part, hanging on to some 60s. Madison now dropping to 59 degrees. A couple of surrounding areas also, mainly across southern Wisconsin, falling in the mid to upper 50s out there. So it is technically a few degrees warmer than what we had yesterday. Warmer nighttime temperatures and afternoon temps on the way, though, along with dew points that are eventually going to rise. It's not necessarily going to be super sticky out there, a little humid this afternoon, really this morning through the afternoon, but you can see that sharp increase in dew points Thursday. That could be one of the ingredients that help fuel strong to even severe thunderstorms, at least near the area. Right now, the better chances look to be just to Madison south, better across northern Illinois, and then across or near that Illinois-Wisconsin border. We'll show what future track could look like and talk about the storm timing as we head later into this work week coming up.
All right, Savannah, we'll talk to you then. All right, back to the big story today. Polls open for the primaries in under an hour.
That's right, and we've got a team live out at the municipal courthouse this morning. Our Michelle Renee Quinn joins us live with a breakdown of what you need to know before you vote today. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, remember that this is a partisan primary election, which means voters will have to choose between a Republican ballot and a Democratic one. Now, both the Dane County executive race and state referendum question will be on both ballots. So here's what you need to know. Be sure to bring your voter ID card to show proof of identification. That's any valid photo ID. You will not be issued a ballot without a valid photo identification. That can be a driver's license, state ID, military ID, any identification that includes a photo. Now, if you are not yet registered to vote, you can register at the polls today. You will need a proof of residency, and that could be a bank or credit card statement or a utility bill. All proof of residency must include the voter's name and current residential address. You can find your polling location by going to myvote.wi.gov. Polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can expect poll workers to confirm your identification by matching the registration with the name on your ID. You will be asked to sign the poll list, and workers will note your election day voter number on that list before issuing a ballot. Now, let's say you forget your ID or you can't find it. That's okay. You can still cast your vote, but you will need to verify that identity in order for it to count. That means once you find that ID, you have to bring it in to the polling place by 8 p.m. when it closes, or you have until the Friday after the election to verify your identity at the municipal court building. That means this Friday at 4 p.m. would be your last chance to verify your identity and have that casted vote counted. Live in Madison, Michelle Renee Quinn, News 3 Now.
Michelle Renee, thank you so much. And if you're looking to get your ID to vote today, you have some extra time to do so. The Wisconsin Division of Motor Vehicles is extending the hours at its customer service centers today. They will close at 6 p.m. If you do not have a driver's license, you can get a state ID card at the DMV. You will have to provide several documents, as mentioned, to verify your identity, state residency, and U.S. citizenship. More information is available on the State Department of Transportation's website. And there are several races in today's elections we're keeping a close eye on.
We're going to start in the state Senate's 16th district. This encompasses Madison's east side as well as nearby towns. Jimmy Anderson, Samba Balde, and Melissa Radcliffe are all running for current Senator Melissa Agard's seat. Agard is running for Dane County Executive. Radcliffe, Anderson, and Balde currently serve in the State Assembly's 46th, 47th, and 48th districts.
Let's now turn to two of those assembly districts. We begin in the 47th district, which consists of Fitchburg, Stoughton, and portions of McFarland in Oregon. Raina Udell is a Dane County supervisor and former Fitchburg alder. Joe Maldonado is a current Fitchburg alder. The winner will replace Jimmy Anderson in the assembly.
In the 48th, Bill Connors, Avery Rank, and Andrew Heisel, as well as Rick Rose and Goodwill Breezy are running. The district covers Sun Prairie and extends into Columbus. The winner is going to take the seat of Samba Balde.
Now to District 77. This area includes parts of Madison just west of the Isthmus. Chuck Erickson, Thad Schumacher, and Renuka Mayadev are in the running. Erickson is on the Dane County Board of Supervisors. Schumacher is the former chair of the Wisconsin Pharmacy Board. Mayadev works in the UW School of Medicine and Public Health. The winner of this election will replace Sheila Stubbs in the assembly.
That's because Sheila Stubbs is running in the 78th due to the districts being redrawn. The 78th district now includes Southwest Madison as well as Monona and portions of McFarland. Stubbs is running against Madison School Board member Maya Pearson. Coming up in our next half hour, we're going to take a look at some more races, ones in Dane County, and as well as some congressional races and those two constitutional amendment questions. We'll have comprehensive election coverage throughout the day here on News 3 Now. So join us for results tonight and tomorrow morning. We'll have those results as well. Throughout the day, you can catch updates on the channel3000.com website and our Channel 3000 mobile app.
Time now 6:06. Just a reminder that Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee is out of the radio barn this morning, but you can follow along with her on the Fabulous Farm Babe Facebook page. Watch for updates on all things ag news on social media until she's back with us tomorrow. And new this morning, the Green Lake County Sheriff's Office is looking for a missing kayaker. They say the kayaker, a 44-year-old man, went out on Green Lake on Sunday and did not return home. Deputies began searching early yesterday morning. They paused the search at 8 last night due to darkness. During the search, they found a capsized kayak and life jacket. They also found the man's vehicle near Dodge Memorial Park. Deputies will continue their search this morning.
And staying in Green Lake County, an update to an earlier report. The Sheriff's Office says the county's 911 line is now back in operation. It was unavailable throughout the night. They had calls that appear to be routed to a national call center instead of the local dispatch service. Again, the 911 line in Green Lake is back open.
A Fitchburg man is seriously injured after being shot by a police officer. It happened yesterday morning. Fitchburg police were called to a condo complex on Whispering Pines Way for a report of an altercation. Once inside, police say they found two people. One of them was a 28-year-old man armed with a knife. That man, police say, began to move toward them, and an officer fired at him.
At which time one of the officers did discharge his firearm, striking that subject. That subject was taken to a local hospital where he is currently being treated for injuries.
He went on to say the officer involved has worked at the department for 14 years with 7 as a sergeant. That officer has been placed on administrative duties pending the investigation, which is being handled by the DOJ's Department of Criminal Investigation. The White House is looking to crack down on what they view as unnecessary hassles corporations place on consumers.
Their latest effort involves recurring payments for subscriptions and memberships. They're seeking how to regulate these services to allow customers to cancel those memberships easier. In some instances, customers must speak to a representative over the phone or use a website-based chat system to ask for a service to be canceled. A common practice is for the operator to attempt to persuade that customer not to cancel, though.
We all know how seamless it can be to sign up for a membership, whether it's a streaming service or some other product or service. But then when it comes to modifying that or canceling it, companies make it really, really difficult. And so what this rule will do, if it's finalized as it's proposed, is it will say, okay, if you are able to sign up with just 2 clicks on a website, you should be able to cancel with 2 clicks through a website.
The White House is also calling on health insurance companies to make filing a claim easier by allowing patients to submit claims online.
Checking in now with Savannah. What's coming up?
Are tracking some storms that'll be into the day on Thursday. Not alert day conditions, but we'll have a look coming up.
And it's primary day in Wisconsin. Coming up, continuing coverage of what you need to know before heading off to the polls today.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Brought to you by Toyota.
It's Toyota's national sales event. Swipe into end of summer fun with an exciting new Toyota. Whether you're paddleboarding in a RAV4 mountain biking in a Tacoma, or tubing with your best friends in a Camry. You'll find plenty to post about all summer long.
Right now, during Toyota's national sales event, you can lease a new Tacoma for $349 a month or get 2.99% APR for 60 months on a new Tundra.
Come in today. Ooh, like.
Toyota, let's go places.
Not everyone knows us, but in southern Wisconsin, Illinois, and eastern Indiana, we are famous in our field. As a Sloan's technician, customer service is our specialty, whether you come to see us or we come to you. We are in the business of supporting your business, and we are highly trained to work on your John Deere equipment. At Sloan's, our loyalty lies with you. We depend on you, and we are proud to serve you. When it comes to service, you can count on us. Remember, think Sloan's first.
Discover more ways to save on appliances at our Brothers Main Bargain Room. Get discounts on top brand closeouts, returns, and scratch and dents. Minor dings, major savings. Plus, you can take your purchase home today. Feel like family. Brothers Main.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
BMO. Arby's is full of choices. Quick, you can get your favorite stuff 3 for $5.
Pretty good.
Incredible value for limited time. Reach in and eat whatever you grab. Arby's, we have the meats.
Kamala Harris has taken on gang members to get justice for victims, taken on big banks to pay back people they ripped off, taken on drug companies to cap insulin at $35. Now she's running to take on greedy corporations who jack up prices to lower everyday costs for working families. They're spending millions on ads attacking her because she'd be a president who fights for you. FF PAC's responsible for the content of this ad.
Hi, I'm Peter Gottlieb with the League of Women Voters of Dane County. In the August 13th primary election, voters will pick their preferred Democratic or Republican candidates for the United States Congress and the Wisconsin State Legislature. The winners will be on the ballot in the November 5th general election, which will include votes for president and state and federal offices. Learn more at vote411.org.
3 things to know, part of News 3 Now's 3 Cares Community Impact. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
It's 6:12 on your Tuesday morning. We're back with continuing coverage on primary day here in Wisconsin.
Josh Sprider is live downtown this morning, talking with some local election officials about what we can expect today. Good morning, Josh.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, we're live downtown. Polls are going to be opening here in about 45 minutes. Remember, you can cast your ballot between 7 and 8 o'clock today. And this is a primary in Wisconsin. I want to bring in our Michelle Renee Quinn to break down a little bit more about what makes a primary different than a normal election. Good morning, Michelle Renee.
Good morning, Josh. And yeah, the only difference between the primary and the normal election is these ballots will be separated. So voters can choose between a Republican ballot and a Democratic ballot, and then they'll do their voting there. Now, on both ballots, the Dane County executive race and the state referendum will be on both ballots, so you don't have to worry about which ballot you choose. You'll still get to make your voice heard.
The biggest thing is folks are always asked for identification, so that's going to be one of the things that you're going to want to make sure that you can have proof of.
Yeah, so different types of identification in order to vote. You will need a photo ID. So if it's a military ID, a student ID, a state ID, as long as it is current and valid, meaning not expired, then you will be able to use that to vote.
Wonderful. All right. Of course, we are your Election Day headquarters here at News 3 Now. We're going to be having continuing coverage throughout the day. Again, polls open up at 7 o'clock. We're going to be speaking to the Dane County Clerk coming up here around 6:45 about any reminders that he has and advice as you head off to the polls, guys. For Michelle Renee Quinn, I'm Josh Sprider. We'll send it back to you.
All right. Josh, Michelle Renee, thank you very much.
We're going to check in now with meteorologist Savannah Brito, who's here now with your first warn weather with a look at those temps. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Temperatures are still falling out there. We've been holding on to the 59-degree mark, almost 60 in Madison. Other areas, west and also north, Wanakee sitting at 60. So we still, at least across Dane County, have a couple of 60s or even 61 to 62. Most of southern Wisconsin falling anywhere in the 50s, 53 in Camp Douglas, 59 in Janesville, 61 though in Monroe. So that being one of the warmer temperatures out there this morning. Dew points are going to start ticking upwards. It's not going to be that humid outside this afternoon. Slightly more humid than what we did see over the weekend, where dew points climb in the lower to maybe mid 60s at most, but we're hanging out in the 50s for now. 56 in Madison, close to 60 in Janesville and Monroe, 53-degree dew point temperature in Lone Rock. It'll warm up pretty quickly, maybe a stray shower. I think that's better northeast and also southwest of even southern Wisconsin. Winds stay calm, temperatures are going to top out definitely near the 80-degree mark. I think most of us lower, maybe even a couple areas that squeeze out the mid 80s, so 84 or 85 degrees. It is going to be a warm day, and as clouds clear out, winds calm down and temperatures fall into the upper 50s overnight tonight into early Wednesday morning. We could once again see some patchy fog out there. Not necessarily going to be dense, but just something to watch for. And then the showers start to track in. This is our best chance of rain, maybe even some storms. Some of those could be strong to even severe, where we could start to see that at least near southern Wisconsin, if not across southern Wisconsin. So not calling for alert day conditions, but definitely something that we're watching. Your first warn weather team as this low pressure system does track closer to us, that being kind of the focal point for any areas of strong to severe storms. Right now, the best chance looks to be just to Madison south. That does include areas like Monroe, Janesville, Beloit, Lake Geneva, Delavan, also northern Illinois. That's where the best chance, but we still have to keep an eye on that. Madison and then all the way north to Black River Falls included in the marginal risk. So at least everyone under a level 1 out of 5, some of us included in that 2 out of 5. The best chance for strong to severe storms during the afternoon and then evening. It'll really depend on if we're able to see any sunshine and then that ultimate placement as well as heating during the day, because right now only calling for a high of 75 after a warm Tuesday and Wednesday.
Year 2 of the Luke Fickell era begins with Wisconsin on the outside looking in at the preseason AP poll. The Badgers will start the year unranked for the first time since 2016. But remember, that season, they finished ranked 9th in that same poll. As far as UW's opponents, 5 of them are in the top 25, and that's not including South Dakota, who's ranked 5th in the FCS's coaches poll. The 2024 Paris Olympics are in the books, and a handful of Badgers are heading home with some hardware, including Rose Lavelle. She helped the U.S. women's national team win gold. And seeing her shine on the world stage is a pretty special feeling for the Wisconsin women's soccer team.
Anytime we see an alum be so successful, especially on the world stage as she has been, they get excited. That, last year she came back and spent time with the team, so I think they feel connected to her in that celebration, and they're just very proud. I think anytime you see Rose, she's thrown up the W, and that helps our program. But for me as a coach, just it's like a parent. You're just excited to see your players do well as they move on.
Now to this year's team. Monday morning was their final training session before they head out to Utah to take on third-ranked BYU in their season opener. It's the first of 3 road trips for Wisconsin to start the year. And a couple tough tests right off the bat is exactly what Paula Wilkins wants to help her squad get ready for what's to come.
I want to be resilient, and playing in a hostile environment is always a good way to start, because it's not going to get any easier as the season goes on, especially when you're playing teams in the Big Ten. So it's a good way to teach our youth what they're expected and then get our older players seasoned again, ready for the season, especially the Big Ten.
After the best season in franchise history that saw 50 wins for the Madison Mallards, so they're on the ropes in the Northwoods League playoffs. After losing Game 1 to the Woodchucks, it's win or go home in the best-of-3 series that has shifted to Wausau, and it was a big night for Deerfield's own Cal Fisher. His 2 doubles and 5 RBI blew the game open. Mallards stay alive with an 8-5 win and force a winner-take-all Game 3 later tonight. Brewers and Dodgers opening up a 4-game series. Crew down 4-0 in the 6th, but William Contreras cuts that lead in half. His 2-run bomb puts Milwaukee on the board, but the Dodgers' star power proved to be too much. Brewers fall 5-2 the final. And that's it for morning sports. Have a great day.
Still ahead, we'll show you the new menu item at an NFL stadium that's trending.
And coming up in our next half hour, we'll be back live downtown with more coverage ahead of today's primary election and make sure that you know what you need to know before you get out there and vote. And we're going to break down some of the key races at 6:30.
And as we head to break, a look at gas prices this morning. Time now 6:20. We'll be right back.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
Oh, another morning to savor the crunchy nooks and cranny splendor of a Thomas's English muffin.
Tom, which is a nook and which is a cranny?
That's a nook, cranny, 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 nook, cranny. I mean, they should be teaching you this in school.
Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
When it's time for better storage, Dakota Closets is the solution. Menards carries a great selection of closets that are perfect for any space. For home offices, laundry rooms, standard closets, and even storage for your kids' playrooms. There are so many ways to store your items. And with Dakota Closets, you can do it with style and ease. Right now, get this Dakota Closet system for $329.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
Happy Take and Bake Tuesday.
Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $12, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
We might have too many favorites.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
News 3 Now, in partnership with the Boys and Girls Club, is collecting school supplies for area students, and we need your help. Drop off school supplies at any of our Dane County locations from now until August 16th, or make a monetary donation at channel3000.com. Thank you for helping hundreds of youth by making a generous donation to the News 3 Now Back to School Supply Drive. Sponsored by Metcalf's Market, Lamer's Bus Line, and Midwest Financial Group.
It's Toyota's national sales event. Swipe into end of summer fun with an exciting new Toyota. Whether you're paddleboarding in a RAV4, mountain biking in a Tacoma, or tubing with your best friends in a Camry, you'll find plenty to post about all summer long.
Right now, during Toyota's national sales event, you can lease a new Tacoma for $349 a month or get 2.99% APR for 60 months on a new Tundra.
Come in today. Ooh, like.
Toyota, let's go places.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC turn your design dreams into reality. With customized solutions and quality products, our passion and expertise will help turn your room into a dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
6:23 on your Tuesday morning. This is a pic from Haley. Another look at those northern lights from the other night.
I always say that I wish I stay up. I've never seen them in my life still.
You got to. Oh, you've got to experience it at least once. Thank you to everybody who sent us these pictures. They were just stunning and gorgeous. So many of us, so many for us to choose from. It's hard to pick the ones to show on TV. So you're seeing the creme de la creme here. So we thank Haley and everybody else who sent those pictures of the Northern Lights. Just absolutely stunning this week.
And please keep sharing your morning with us. That's hashtag MyNews3Morning. But again, another beautiful shot right here.
Love to see it. Trending this morning, this season, the Arizona Cardinals are offering up quite a unique menu item. Check it out. Look at this sweet monstrosity here. It's called the Cotton Candy Burrito. The burrito's fillings include cotton candy ice cream, Fruity Pebbles, Fruit Loops, marshmallows, Skittles, M&M Minis, gummy bears, sprinkles, all wrapped in sheets of cotton candy.
Delicious.
It's like, what do they say these days? That's just diabolical. Diabolical. Yeah, this is not it. It looks like, you know, just like a sugar attack waiting to happen.
It's like what a 3 or a 4-year-old puts together. Like if you would ask them to put together, you know, what their most favorite meal would be, this would be it.
But like, yeah, where was the inspiration? And I'm wondering what the price is on this thing.
$15.
$15 actually. Okay, so yeah, no thank you.
Well, hey, it is International Left-Handers Day. About 1 in 10 people are left-handed. We've had a lot of lefty presidents, though, in the past 100 years. Hoover, Ford, Reagan, H.W. Bush, Clinton, and Obama, all lefties. Other famous lefties include Paul McCartney, Jimi Hendrix, Lady Gaga, and quite a few genius lefties. Einstein, Leonardo da Vinci, Mark Twain, Isaac Newton, and Aristotle. So if you're a righty, maybe try writing lefty for a bit today, just to remind yourself that you are righty.
Yeah, it's very challenging to do that when you write with your right hand.
I broke my right wrist in high school and had to learn how to do a lot of things left-handed, like brushing your teeth or like, you know, tying your shoes and even writing left-handed. Ain't no joke.
Yeah, it makes you grateful.
Right. It's like you're doing everything for the first time again.
Exactly.
Well, you should be ambidextrous now. There you go. You can write with both.
Yeah, there you go.
I write with my right hand, but I actually bat and play golf lefty.
Lefty.
I don't know why.
It's fascinating.
Very weird. But guys, we do have some storms that are in the forecast, not today or tomorrow, but we're watching Wednesday night into Thursday for the potential maybe even of some strong weather, strong to severe thunderstorms. We'll have the update when we get back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
My husband and I finally agreed that we need a new bathtub and shower. So he went right to work on handling the project. That's him going online researching bathtub and shower installers. And there he is, calling a few places to get an estimate. I think he's procrastinating.
Call 1-800-HANSONS for a new shower or bathtub you'll love. Installed in as little as 1 day.
It's okay. I called 1-800-HANSONS.
We custom fit your new bathtub or shower into your existing space for a fast, convenient, and hassle-free installation with any safety features your family needs. Safety bars, seats, and more with a no-leak guarantee.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna call 1-800-HANSONS.
That's great, hon.
Get 50% off installation or no interest and no payments for 1 year. Offer ends soon.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that can cover the brightest shade of orange known to mankind in just one coat. It's only paint that will inspire you to write your masterpiece. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically. Paint.
After my son was born, I was having a hard time leaving him, only being able to see him once before going to work and then once before bed. That's just not enough time.
At my old job, my entire check went to daycare to pay to be away from my child. We bring our kids with us in the mornings and they ride with us on our routes and then they go to school.
I'm on a route where I'm the one dropping my kids off at school. It's been phenomenal.
Being able to bring them with me has been really great for our family.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
I'm the proud son of a single mom.
My mom worked nights to provide for us.
My mom worked 80 hours a week.
But Eric Hovde thinks if you have a single mom, you're going to be poor or a drug addict?
That is a direct path to a life of poverty. It leads to higher drug rate.
That just shows Eric Hovde is ignorant.
Come on, I'm successful today because of my mom.
I learned my work ethic from my mom, my single mom.
What is wrong with this guy?
When you donate furniture, cabinets, and appliances to Habitat Restore, you make an impact on neighbors in your community. Profits generated from Restore sales help provide safe and secure housing for hardworking families across Dane County. Donate to make a difference today.
Chain link is out and aluminum is in this season. These aluminum fences are not only beautiful and durable, but backed by a lifetime warranty too. Act fast. Revamp is offering $1,000 off a qualified purchase plus a free single gate. Scan the code, check us out online, or give us a call for your free quote today.
Right now, Wisconsinites hours just 30 minutes away from casting their votes. What you need to bring to the polls.
And on the ballot today, those two state constitutional amendments. We're getting one final push from advocates, both for and against. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning here on this primary day. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Lee. Thank you for waking up with us. Hope your morning is off to a great start.
That's right. We've been talking about the primaries for a while, and here we are. We're 30 minutes away from polls opening up.
That's right. We're going to jump right in here, though. So, again, polls open at 7 a.m. sharp, and we have our crews out there.
Yeah. So Michelle Renee Quinn is downtown this morning. She is breaking down what you need to know if you plan on voting in the primary today. Michelle Renee, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, remember that this is a partisan primary election, so that means that voters will choose between a Republican ballot and a Democratic one. Now, both the Dane County executive race and the state referendum questions will be on both ballots, so there's no worries there. Here is what you need to know. You want to bring a valid photo ID to show proof of identification. You will not be issued a ballot without a valid photo ID, but that can be a driver's license, state ID, military ID, any identification that includes a photo. If you are not yet registered to vote, you can register at the polls today. You'll need proof of residency, and that could be a bank or credit card statement or a utility bill. All proof of residency must include the voter's name and current residential address. You can find your polling location by going to myvote.wi.gov. Polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. and you can expect poll workers to confirm your identification by matching the registration with the name on your ID. You will be asked to sign the poll list, and workers will note your election day voter number on that list before issuing a ballot. So Wisconsin counts all ballots on the day of the election, and unofficial results will be posted. However, it does take 45 days for that data collected to be recorded on the voter registration system.
And Michelle Renee, if someone loses or even forgets their photo ID, what can they do?
If you lose or forget your ID, you can still cast your vote, but you will have to provide that identification verification for it to be counted. That means once you find your ID, you can bring it back to your polling place before 8 p.m. tonight, or you have until the Friday after Election Day, that's this Friday, to verify your identity with the municipal court, and they close at 4 p.m.
All right, Michelle Renee, good information this morning. Thank you. By the way, folks, if you don't have an ID to begin with, the DMV is extending its hours today. Customer service centers will remain open until 6 o'clock this evening. You'll need a birth certificate, proof of identity, and Wisconsin residency to get an official state ID. If you don't have all that information available right now, the DMV does have a free process which will let you get a receipt that's valid for voting while the remaining documents and verifications are obtained. To find the DMV nearest you, just head to wisconsindot.gov.
This morning, we're taking a look at some of those key races, and we're keeping an eye on them for you.
We have four big ones we're going to break down right now. First up, Dane County Executive. It's the only nonpartisan election on the ballot today. Four people are running to replace Joe Parisi, who retired. They are Senator Melissa Agard, who has Parisi's endorsement, Executive Director of the county's Sexual Violence Resource Center, Dana Pellebon, County Director for Equity and Inclusion, Wes Sparkman, and District 5 Alder Regina Vittever.
And if you're in District 2 and voting Republican, these are the candidates you'll have to pick from. Eric Olson and Charity Berry are running against one another to go head-to-head with the district's current representative, Democratic Rep. Mark Pocan.
We'll also be watching Wisconsin's third today. Democrats there are going to have three options: Katrina Shankland, Rebecca Cook, and Eric Wilson. The winner will take on Republican incumbent Derek Van Orden, a Trump ally who attended the January 6th rally before it became a riot.
And for our last big race This half hour, Wisconsin's 8th district, where 3 Republicans are running to carry out the remainder of former Representative Mike Gallagher's term in a special election. The candidates are Andre Jock, Tony Weed, and Roger Roth.
Every Wisconsinite, no matter your party, are going to find 2 questions on their ballot today proposing amendments to the state's constitution. Those are Wisconsin question number 1, relating to the delegation of appropriations. Question 2, related to the approval of funds. Both are Republican-backed amendments. If passed, governors would need approval from the legislature before they could spend federal money given to the state for crises.
Yes votes to the amendment support giving the legislature more power. Before you get out and cast that ballot, advocates for both for and against the amendments have one final message about the potential impact you should hear.
They are amendments, not referenda questions. And this is a Republican power grab, plain and simple. They aim to strip the power from the governor and will cause all federal funding to Wisconsin to be caught up in legislative gridlock.
If there's no restriction or specification about how it's to be spent, we don't share power in determining that. The governor decides it unilaterally. This is inconsistent with our Constitution's suspicion of concentration of power in one set of hands.
If a majority of voters approve these amendments, future changes to them would have to go through another multi-year, multi-legislature and voter process. The state Supreme Court could weigh in if the amendments pass and opponents file a lawsuit.
All right, let's take a look at the exact text that you'll see on the ballot today for these constitutional amendments. They're filled with political jargon, but ultimately their immediate effect will serve to give more power to Republicans in the state legislature. The federal funds that would need to be approved by the legislature if they pass are specifically for things like disaster relief or for responding to pandemics like COVID in 2020. That's where the idea for these amendments originated. Our state received billions of dollars in federal aid, which the governor used for small businesses and economic development. The GOP argued that they should have had oversight on how the governor spent these funds. In turn, bringing us to where we are today.
All day, News 3 Now will bring you coverage on the results of the primaries, including the results of the 2 amendments. You can watch our live coverage right here on News 3 Now or stay updated with the free Channel 3000 mobile app.
6:36. Let's take a break now from our election coverage and get to meteorologist Savannah Brito out on the patio. Hey, Savannah.
Hey, guys. Temperatures are going to warm up, potentially a couple mid-80s. We're not tracking a great chance of showers or storms today, but Wednesday into Thursday, that'll be a different story as low pressure or a low pressure system does inch closer to us. Temperatures are going to stay near normal. And then, like I mentioned, I think that storm threat could last even into Friday. Not necessarily severe weather, but just storms in general. And then over the weekend, we look to clear out and calm down at least a little bit, keeping an isolated storm chance in there, though. 59 in Madison right now. So most of southern Wisconsin, mid to upper 50s. Couple areas a little bit cooler than that, mainly where there's some patchy fog. That's along the river valley just to our northwest and also directly west of Madison. We don't have patchy fog across Dane County right now. Late week setup, though, that storm system going to track closer to southern Wisconsin. That will increase the threat of potentially strong to severe storms, at least near the area, potentially across southern Wisconsin. The better chances right now, we'll talk about where that's going to be coming up.
Savannah, thank you so much for the update this morning. And coming up after the break, we have a live interview with the Dane County Clerk.
We're back right after this.
Melissa Ratcliffe, a working mom, is the only woman running for state senate in District 16. Republicans in the state senate are attacking abortion access. Melissa Ratcliffe will always defend reproductive freedom. Melissa Ratcliffe, a proven fighter for our rights.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider. So switch to Spectrum and get a powerful network that connects nearly 500 million devices.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with free modem, no data caps, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee when you level up to a gig. Call 1-855-735-1336 or scan to call.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming with the most reliable internet speeds. speeds. Get a powerful network that millions of customers rely on. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with 99.9% network reliability, no added taxes or hidden fees, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee. Call 1-855-735-1336.
Call now.
MS-13 gang member here illegally. Robbed a pregnant woman, then released. Then executed a San Francisco family, another illegal. Arrested, released. Then killed this young boy with a sword. Illegal immigrant, convicted, released. Then violently fractured a woman's skull. Who released every one of them? Liberal DA Kamala Harris. The victim's blood is on her hands.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
To everyone out there who loves Culver's,
the feeling is mutual. Everything's made fresh.
Everything. Everything.
It's our pleasure.
This is me and my happy place.
I wouldn't trade our Culver's for any other restaurant. Culver's. Yay! We love our guests.
Love.
Love.
As much as our guests love us.
This is me and my happy place.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Melissa Radcliffe works across the aisle to make positive things happen, expanding broadband, making housing more affordable. Melissa Radcliffe knows that Wisconsinites need progress, not partisan bickering. Melissa Radcliffe, common sense leadership, proven results.
Chicago hosts the Democratic National Convention, and News 3 Now will be there. We'll bring you live team coverage all week as the Democratic Party takes center stage in the Windy City, rallying around their presidential ticket. Plus, we'll talk to delegates about the issues that matter most to voters here in Wisconsin. Campaign 2024 coverage live from the Democratic National Convention in Chicago. Starting Monday on News 3 Now, moving forward.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning, moving forward.
We're back here at 641 with continuing coverage on this primary day in Wisconsin.
And our Josh Sprider is live in downtown Madison with some reaction and some information from local election officials. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, polls open here just over 15 minutes for across the state here in Wisconsin for primary day. And we're learning a little bit more about what advice you need to know before you're heading off to the polls with the Dane County Clerk this morning. Scott McDonald is joining us. Scott, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So, you know, primary day, a little bit different than a typical election. What are people going to notice that maybe isn't typical for an election day?
Yeah, so normally we only have the partisan primaries on the election. On this election, you're going to want to make sure to flip the ballot over and vote for those constitutional amendments and for county executive race. So normally those races wouldn't be on an August ballot. So it's really important to complete the whole ballot.
Making sure that you're going through and flipping it over even, something that you wouldn't typically have to do.
Yeah, normally we say stay only within the area of whatever primary you want to vote in. So if you're going to vote in the Democratic primary, you need to stay inside that Democratic primary. If you stray over and vote in a Republican race, it invalidates your whole ballot. And so that messaging means, you know, stay within an area. But in this case, yes, do that, but then flip the ballot over, vote for county executive, vote for the 2 constitutional amendments. So it's a little different than normal today.
I know you guys are always tracking that voter turnout. You know, what are your expectations for today?
Normally, August is a low turnout race. Why? Because we're, you know, about an 80% Democratic county. So the races are really on the Democratic side for this county. But this time we have competition because of the new maps. We have a lot of assembly races that are competitive. There's a Senate race on the east side that's competitive. So I think, you know, we should be in maybe the high 20s, hopefully. But, you know, a lot of people are on vacation. So that's what happens in August.
Yeah, this is obviously a busy time of year for a lot of folks. You know, what are you going to use today to kind of learn going ahead into the general election here in November, which will be here before we know it?
Well, there's a lot of security protocols that we're using in this election, mostly practicing for November. So, you know, I don't want to go through all the things we're doing, but that's basically what we're practicing.
I know a lot of work goes into this, and you guys have a lot of volunteers that are helping out at the polls. I know this takes a lot of partnerships for you to be able to pull off even a primary day.
Oh, yeah. I mean, thousands of people, if you think about all the polling places we have around the county. So, you know, when you're a big county, 600,000, it's a lot of people. And we're fortunate that we have a population that has a real commitment to service. We seemed, even during the pandemic, we had folks stepping forward to work the polls. So we're fortunate that way.
So obviously filling out that ballot, any other advice you have for voters heading out today?
I mean, just that your vote really matters now. Like, I mean, for these assembly races, they're going to be decided now. So I really urge people to vote in these off elections in February and in August, because every vote will much more likely determine the outcome.
All right. Dane County Clerk Scott McDonald, thank you so much for your time, and hope you guys have a good day today.
Yeah, hopefully. It's a nice day.
It is a nice day to get out and vote. Again, polls opening up here shortly. Guys, we're going to be here to get the first voters in downtown. You have until 8 o'clock tonight once those polls open to cast your ballot. Remember, News 3 Now is your Election Day headquarters. You can find everything you need to know up on channel3000.com.
All right, Josh Brighter, it is a nice day. It's a beautiful day to get out there and vote.
And we have someone here who's going to tell us more about that nice, beautiful day.
Yeah, Savannah Brito has been telling us it's going to be somewhat comfortable out there today. Any issues for folks headed to the polls?
Yeah, guys, I don't think we're going to have any issues. Maybe a stray shower at best, but temperatures, they'll warm up. Right now, we're sitting only at 59 in Madison, 58 in McFarland. So now, similar to this time yesterday. West of Madison, though, there are still some 60s, 60 in Verona, 60 degrees also in Wanakee. We are going to top out definitely near that 80-degree mark, lower 80s for most of southern Wisconsin, potentially even into the mid-80s, at least in a couple spots. Like I mentioned, maybe an isolated shower, but everyone should stay dry mid to late week as early as Wednesday night into Thursday morning. That's our next better chance of rain, but we'll be in the 70s pushing lunchtime already. So it'll be another mild day, a little bit warmer than what's normal, or at least seasonal for all of southern Wisconsin. We're going to fall then into the 50s, upper 50s for most, near that 60-degree mark overnight. As winds do calm down and then skies clear out and temperatures fall, I think we could again see some patchy fog out there late tonight into early tomorrow. Right now, that's all west of Madison. So if you do live west of Madison, specifically near La Crosse, Camp Douglas, Black River Falls, Lone Rock, Mineral Point, Platteville, might see some of that fog, a little more dense than others. We're not seeing that right now across Dane County. Similar conditions expected tomorrow morning. And then the rain tracks in. This is about 6:30 in the morning. I don't think we're necessarily going to see any problems with strong to severe thunderstorms in the morning, but I think that could be the case later in the day, Thursday afternoon and evening. A lot of uncertainties right now, so we're not going with an alert day, but I think as that low pressure system does track in, we'll have to watch, because the focal point for any strong to severe storms to develop kind of going to be near that, and right now the better chances look to be near the Wisconsin-Illinois border, and then more specifically, at least a little more increased across northern Illinois. It'll really depend on if we're able to heat up. Right now, only calling for a high in the mid-70s. Dew points will not be far behind that, though, so we do see some of that. Not a lot of storm energy if we don't see sunshine and the correct amount of heating, though. So that's why we're not calling for alert day conditions, at least yet. Just something to be aware of. We could see some strong storms at least near the area, but again, I think those better chances are going to be focused down towards the Illinois-Wisconsin border, areas like Janesville, Lake Geneva, Delavan, Beloit, Monroe, and then also across Illinois, so the Rockford area. 83, that's your high today. We're down to 82 tomorrow. Similar conditions today and tomorrow. I do think we'll see clouds increase, however, Wednesday afternoon and evening, and then 75 Thursday, so temperatures could fall, and again, that being one of the reasons why we could see a hinder in the strong to severe storms potentially in the forecast. And then after that for the weekend, still keeping an isolated shower chance around, but it's not going to be a washout, just guys not as nice as what we just had this past weekend.
All right, Savannah, thank you so much. Here's your reminder to help kids in Dane County as they prepare to head back to school. We're teaming up with the Boys and Girls Club for our annual back to school drive to make sure every child has what they need for the new year. You can help by dropping off folders, backpacks, pencils, pens, or other supplies at any Boys and Girls Club of Dane County location. You can also make a monetary donation. All the information you need to help is up on channel3000.com. The drive ends this Friday, so please be sure to make a donation by then.
We are highlighting one local business this morning participating in Black Restaurant Week.
That's right. Holistic Taste in Sun Prairie has been open for more than a year. The West African takeout spot is participating for its second time in Black Restaurant Week. They're serving discounts on things like fried chicken, plantains, and fried fish. And even though this week's a celebration of Black entrepreneurs' contributions to Dane County's food scene, it's also a time to re-emphasize the need to support your local businesses.
It's hard because I'm the only person here working on everything, like bakery things, cooking.
Entrepreneurship is extremely hard. You know, oftentimes you are a solo entity really trying to do a lot of different things.
Holistic is offering $5 meals through the end of Black Restaurant Week, which is August 18th. You can find more information about the event with a link we have on this story at channel3000.com.
Oh, that food looks so good.
Yes, there are more than 30 local businesses participating in Black Restaurant Week. It coincides with Black Business Month. So just really, highlighting, what Black business owners are doing here in the Madison community and beyond.
If you can't get out this week, there's no reason you can't get out any other time of the year to make sure we're supporting those local businesses.
Yes, and there is a food taste jamboree on Sunday at Olin Park.
That's a big one.
Yes, so the tickets are $5, but I hear it's going to be a great time.
Always is.
All right, well, coming up in the morning sprint, why oil prices are rising.
If you got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, send us a picture. We'd love to show it on TV. We're back after this.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Owning my own home is nice. You can just come home knowing that it's yours. It's a sense of pride, sense of ownership, and enjoying it with everyone I love and care for.
Make a lasting impact on local families in need. Please donate today.
I'm running to fight for an America where the economy works for working people, where you only have to work one job to pay the bills, and where hard work is rewarded, where reproductive rights are not just protected by the Constitution of the United States, but guaranteed in every state, because that's our America. And that's the America I believe in.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
I'm so happy I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
This summer, feel confident from head to toe with Sono Bello Permanent Fat Removal and get summer body ready in just one visit.
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sono Bello's biggest sale of the year. Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It will change your life. It did for me.
I can't wait till the summertime hit. Hot Mom Summer, here I come.
Call 1-800-905-6520 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
Learning to play better golf can be a challenge for anyone, so let PGA professional Joel Whites improve your play the fundamental way with simple 1-minute golf tips. Fridays on News 3 Now at noon. Brought to you by Vitence Golfland.
Wisconsin walk-in showers. A safe home is a happy home.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
In just a few minutes at 7 a.m., Wisconsinites will be able to vote in the partisan primaries. You'll need to be registered to vote. If you're not, you can do that at your polling place. You'll need an ID. Acceptable forms include a Wisconsin driver's license, a Wisconsin DOT-issued photo ID, a passport, or a military card. If you need an ID still, DMVs are open until 6 o'clock tonight. The polls close at 8 p.m.
The Green Lake County Sheriff's Office is looking for a missing kayaker. They say he went out on Green Lake Sunday and didn't come back. Deputies began searching early yesterday morning. They found a capsized kayak, a life jacket, also found the man's vehicle near Dodge Memorial Park. The search will continue this morning.
A Fitchburg man is seriously injured after a police officer shot him. It happened yesterday morning. Fitchburg police say officers responded to a condo complex on Whispering Pines Way for a report of an altercation. Police say the man had a knife and began to move toward officers. That's when an officer fired at him. That officer has been placed on administrative duties pending the investigation.
Madison police investigating after people found a body on the city's east side. They found it Sunday night in a tent in a swampy area behind Easttown Mall. That's near the roundabout connecting Lean and Zaire. Two people walking in the area discovered the body and called police. An autopsy was carried out yesterday. We are still waiting for those results.
The FBI is investigating whether Iranian hackers targeted the Trump and Biden-Harris campaigns. The Bureau launched the probes earlier this summer after both campaigns reported receiving phishing attempts. This comes after the Trump campaign reported being hacked over the weekend. The campaign suggested Iran was behind the cyber attack.
Fears of a potential expansion of the war in the Middle East now affecting oil prices. Multiple sources, including U.S. officials, warn that Iran could strike on Israel this week. U.S. crude jumped 4.2% yesterday, and Brent crude oil prices gained nearly 3%. Amid all this, mediators are urging Israel and Hamas to agree on a ceasefire as negotiations are set to resume this week.
Workers allege nightmare conditions at a now bankrupt startup J.D. Vance helped fund. App Harvest was an indoor agriculture company. Employees say they were forced to work in grueling conditions in the company's greenhouse with temperatures reaching triple digits. They also allege that the company contracted migrant workers from Mexico, Guatemala, and other countries after promising to employ Kentuckians.
We are tracking the chance of alert day conditions, at least strong to severe storms near the area, potentially even across southern Wisconsin. That'll be associated with this low pressure system. As that tracks closer to the area, we could see a threat. But right now, there's a lot of uncertainties. It'll depend on daytime heating and if we're able to see any sunshine. Right now, only forecasting a high of 75, but high dew points. So we will have moisture to work with. Not a lot of storm energy, at least right now, with what models are putting out. So that's why I didn't go with an alert day, and why Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington did not yesterday either. But we're keeping a close eye on it because the threat is at least near the area. So something for people to be aware of Thursday.
So we'll keep a close eye on that.
Yes.
Savannah, thank you for the updates.
All right, we'll have an update from the polls coming up here in 30 minutes.